Of course, it's difficult to map out a journey when there's no known destination, and as a fellow traveller, I'm sure you'll relate to that. And while it's nice to get lost and meander at times, we've certainly done plenty of that, we know for sure that our income journey itself would have been far easier and quicker had we've actually started with a clear income goal in mind. So, just a simple figure that we could work towards and actually create.
Take a moment to think about how much income you feel you really need to have the lifestyle that you want, whether it be for full-time travel or extended adventures around the world.
Now, try to make this as real as possible, not some winning the lottery type amount. We're not talking millions of dollars here, like a lot of wealth creation courses and books might actually have you have done in the past. Now, this is really about making it doable and realistic so that your mind can actually imagine having it. And of course, this is just a first income goal. You can feel free to move the goalposts as often as you like, stepping up your monthly income whenever you want to make it more challenging and even interesting for yourself along the way.
Of course, when you live at home with a rent or mortgage, you no doubt know exactly how much your commitments are and can budget for the cost of your groceries, your entertainment, your gifts, or maybe your splurges. And our guess is that you have a rough idea of how much you need to live. Would that be right?
But when you're traveling though, sometimes those figures can be a little harder to work out. So some months you might have some flights to consider, other months you might need more expensive accommodation or want to do more experiences, for example. So in this case, we're looking for more of an average of what you think your travel costs would be.
In the Roaming Income Club, we've included our interview from the House Sitting Summit with baby boomer travelers Jane and Duncan from 2travel2.com. Now, this early retiree couple are on a mission to prove that you can travel the world on the equivalent of the Australian age pension, which I tell you is not a lot of money to most people living in Australia.
Or anywhere else for that matter. In fact, very few people can actually afford to live there on just the age pension alone. So Jane and Duncan did the calculations and have managed to travel the world pretty comfortably on 92 Australian dollars a day, which is equivalent to one couple's age pension. So that's roughly $650 a week for two people, and of course $325 a week for one person. So in US dollars terms, that would be around $500 a week for two people. And really, that's not much in the grand scheme of things, and more particularly when we're talking about how much money we can earn online.
And we've lived in amazing places around the world for even less than this, especially in our first 18 months of travel. So in round figures, $3,000 a month for a couple is more than enough to travel the world. Yes, of course, you're going to have to include some travel hacks in that, like getting cheap flights and maybe doing some house sitting along the way. But basically, you can be enjoying a completely freedom lifestyle for less than 20 grand a year each.
Yeah, amazing but true. And these figures might surprise you right now if you've not actually traveled for extended periods of time. But the reality is that $3,000 a month is more than enough for us to continue living this amazing lifestyle.
So how does that ballpark figure ring true for you? Is it too high or is it too low? Only you can decide that. Something really interesting to note is that even if you had $1 million sitting in a term deposit in a bank or an investment fund, with the current interest rate generally being around 3%, interesting that mortgages are around 4%, but a couple would still actually be falling short of an income goal of $3,000 a month.
Yeah, look, get a calculator out and see for yourself.
Look, we could diss the banks and the powers to be all day and probably enjoy doing so, but the purpose of this training series is to impress upon you the importance of you being your own backup plan. It's said that if you took every cent away from a self-made millionaire, that they would actually have it all back within months. And why is that so?
To us, it's their knowledge and wisdom that makes them the money, not actually the opportunities. So when you develop a new skills that make you the money, you can never have that taken away from you, no matter what life serves up. And to us, that is priceless and ultimately freedom. It means you can rely on yourself every time you want to create something, and that really is true empowerment.
It is, and if you do actually have investment income, savings earning interest, real estate earning you a rental income, that is so awesome. So perhaps all you need to ensure that your travels are comfortable and with ease is just a mere $500 to $1,000 a month. Just use it as a bit of a top-up.
So no matter what your current monthly income goal is, let's get started on discovering ways you can create it. And create it online. This training is about creating online income streams. That is, of course, what makes it a roaming income. This is income you can make anywhere you decide to be.
And if you're looking primarily for a fixed location job, then this series may not be the right fit for you. But then again, it will be if you're willing to look at expanding your income stream, creating something on the side, maybe with the intention to replace your job in the future, doing something that can actually give you more flexibility and, of course, lifestyle.
And at the end of the day, all of this is setting up income streams that give you lifestyle, because all along our journey, if there is one thing that we've kept paramount in our minds in every decision we've made, it is lifestyle first. The rest will follow and fall into place. And indeed, it actually has.
So we did do something, right?
We did, actually.